All right, guys, last year, my wife and I spent a lot of money and we got 2 Apple Watch Series 3 Hermès watches, and we absolutely love them. And that video has been viewed, probably our largest viewed video. So thank you guys so much for taking time out of your days to watch that video. By popular demand, a bunch of you asked that we purchase and unbox the Hermès this year, sort of show you some comparisons. And after talking with my wife, we did decide to go ahead and do that. We're either going to sell our previous generation Apple Watch Hermès or maybe return these. I'm hoping we don't return these. They look like they're beautiful. We'll just have to figure that out after the fact. But we did want to buy them, bring them home, and let you guys take a look at what's in the box. And afterwards, if you guys have any questions, please let us know. Ask away in the comments, and we will try to answer as best we can. So without further ado, these are 2 Apple Watch Hermès. One of them is 40 millimeter and the other is 44 millimeter. Those are the new Apple Watch display sizes. For comparison, these boxes now look like the sport boxes sort of did last year, whereas the Apple Watch Hermès last year came in a big square box like this. So that's one small difference. The packaging is different. When we were at the Apple Store today, one of the managers told us that we need to open up one of the boxes from this year because the boxes are beautiful, they were saying. So they're super proud of their packaging this year. So this one, let's turn it over. This is the Series 4 stainless steel 44 millimeter. And then the naming on this is crazy. It's the Indigo, Craie, Orange, Single Tour. So lots of different colors mentioned on there. I went ahead and I bought the Apple Watch Hermès that has the dual band colors. And I believe that they come with a unique watch face that is only available on them. I've run the software updates on my latest watch and I didn't get that new watch face. So I'm going to turn these on and see what watch faces they come with and see if those are unique to this particular watch. All right, so we'll open this one up. See, so these are shrink wrapped. A little tag to help you pull it apart, but it is shrink wrapped. The iPhones this year are not shrink wrapped like this, so that's interesting difference in the packaging there. Pull that one off, and let's pull this off as well. This Apple Watch is the Series 4 stainless steel case. This is Bordeaux, Rose Extrême, and Rose Azalée, double tour. So this is one of those other ones that have 2 different colors on the bands. All right, taking a look at the packaging. It looks like they slide out the right-hand side here. And there are 2 boxes in there. So there's a top and a bottom box. The top one wants to come out first. So I'll pull that out right there. And then there's a bottom box. So that's the bottom box. My guess is that we have the Apple Watch and then we have the band. And again, this one that I'm opening up right now is the Single Tour. Let me go ahead and take this out of frame for a second. So we have a very nice designed by Apple in California and Hermès in Paris, or Paris, however you want to pronounce that. On the left-hand side, we have the watch in a little microfiber cloth carrying or protector. It's nice, definitely different from last year. And then you can slide that out. And as soon as I slid that out, the screen turned on. And so that is the new 44 millimeter watch face. The shape of this is definitely different than on the last generation. And then on the back, we have the electronic sensors for the ECG feature of the Apple Watch. Just for a quick comparison, let me pull in last year's Apple Watch. So very similar size in the casing, but the screen on the right one is 4 millimeters larger than the screen on the left. And that's asking me if I want to pair with my iPhone. So before we do that, let's see what else is in this box. On the right-hand side, I have, this is the Sport Band. So a couple pieces of information, how to put your band on, how to install the software, and some information about the watch face. And so on the left-hand side here, this is the watch face that has 2 different colors on it. And I'm really excited to see that watch face. And then a little bit about how to use the device, what the buttons do. All right. Some information about the leather on the back there and their values and how they went ahead and created this watch band. So inside this little package, we have the Hermès orange sport band. So that is really nice. I'll go ahead and leave that in there for now. It comes with a standard cable. I believe this is the 1 meter Apple Watch cable. And that on the other side is a standard USB-A connector. That will plug into the outlet that it comes with. The outlet, I believe, is also the 5 volt. All right, in here must be the band. So we'll open that up. Microfiber cloth carrying case for the band. Looks like some paper information about it. Designed by Apple in California and Hermès in Paris. And some details. We'll put those aside. So inside here, it's got 2 pouches. On the left-hand side, this is the, where's that box? Indigo side, I believe. And then on the other side, we have, this is, I'm totally saying this wrong. It's the Craie, C-R-A-I-E color with the orange. So it's got some orange leather loops. It's got like a beige leather, and then it has an indigo leather on the left-hand side there. So it's a really neat dual tone band that this one comes with. So let's go ahead and put that on. So interesting, I'm probably gonna put this on right now. And my watch, I always flip it around. So as soon as I restore this from my previous device, this face will be flipped around. Let's actually do that now. It's telling me to bring my watch near my iPhone. So I just bring those close to each other. And within a couple seconds there, it says Apple Watch, use my iPhone to set up this Apple Watch. So I'll continue. It pulls me directly into the pairing feature, shows me that nice little random dot globe that Apple uses for pairing, and sync that up. You just put that within the little orange frame, and then it says your Apple Watch is paired. So it's asking if I want to set this up as a new Apple Watch or restore from backup. So we'll go ahead and restore from backup. It says it's currently paired with this top one, so I'll use that backup. Asks me if I agree to the terms and conditions. Sure I do. So this is my previous Apple Watch. You can see that the digital crown is on the left-hand side, whereas on this one, it looks like it's on the right-hand side. I like it being on the left. I've always found that this sort of digs into my wrist. It feels like it doesn't pop out as much. Maybe it wouldn't dig in as much. But as soon as it backed up, or restored from backup, it went ahead and flipped. So now this has been set up to have the digital crown on the left-hand side. It's asking me to create a passcode. So there's the passcode screen, and here's the passcode screen on the previous generation. So you can see it's definitely taking more screen real estate over here, going more edge to edge. Apple Watch can help you look after your heart. It will receive a notification if Apple Watch detects a heart rate that falls below 50 beats per minute for 10 minutes. And it will also give me a high heart rate notification if I receive a heart rate that rises above 120 while I've been inactive for 10 minutes. So it tells me that I can enable these features in the Apple Watch app. It's asking me if I want to set up my Apple Pay. Definitely do. I'm going to do that off camera, so I'll set this up later in the Apple Watch app. Emergency SOS. This allows you to hold the side button to call emergency services from your Apple Watch, and it will send a message to anybody in my emergency contacts that I set up in my medical ID. So I will go ahead and continue. It tells me that there is a new fall detection that can be set up in the Apple Watch app as well. So telling me that, hey, I should go take a look and make sure that this is set up correctly. The cellular setup, I have cellular on this Apple Watch. I'll want to move that plan over to this one. I'll call AT&T and ask them how to switch that over, or I'll just look it up online and do that later. All right, so it's syncing, and over here I want you to show me some Apple Watch basics. Display, I can tap to select, swipe to scroll, press firmly to do force touch, so they're just sort of telling me what to go about there. Digital crown on the left, if I tap on that, it tells me I can press the digital crown to return to the watch face, press and hold to talk to Siri, or turn to scroll. So telling me a little bit about that. And the side button. Press once to show the dock, double click to bring up Apple Pay, and press and hold for medical ID, emergency SOS, and power. So just a quick little walkthrough on how to use some of the buttons and interface. And at the top, it's syncing. So it's going ahead and scrolling through the syncing at the top there. While that happens, let's go ahead and put on my watch bands. From what I hear, I do this backwards as well. So I tend to put this on the bottom and I put this on the top. I've been told by some people that that's backwards, but when I put it on, I feel comfortable doing that. I just sort of pull this back and then I slide it through on this side. And I put that on a little loose. That's all right, I'll go ahead and fix it up. So I've got the Indigo on this side and I have the beige on this side, instead of saying the other word that I don't know. And if I hit the home button, or I'm sorry, the digital crown, it's just leaving me on this screen while it gets set up. So first impressions, that is a much larger screen. I saw this in the store and it really is neat how much they've used the extra screen real estate and really taken advantage of those curved edges on this particular Apple Watch. You'll get that with any of the Series 4 though, so you'll get that larger screen real estate with any Series 4 Apple Watch. All right, so it's still syncing. I can go ahead and use my phone, just go home, use my phone like I normally would, and let that continue. All right, so while that's running, let's go ahead and open up my wife's Apple Watch. Slide this out. This is the 40 millimeter Apple Watch Hermès. On the top, we have the Apple Watch with the orange sport band inside there. This one is the shorter sport band because the 40 millimeter is designed for smaller wrists. So it only comes with the short orange sport band. Whereas the 44 millimeter only comes with the, what I think they call medium/large sport band. Has our 1 meter charging cable and our 5-volt power adapter, and the watch face slid into a little microfiber cloth. And as soon as you pull that out, it turned on for me on the other one. Maybe I accidentally pressed the button as I was pulling it out. Yep, so I just held that down. The watch face is turning on. And down here, we have the 2 colored leather straps. So I imagine, oh, they're just in one big pocket here. And this has, oh wow, it almost looks like there's 3 colors on this. So it has, so I believe Bordeaux is this darker color, and then Rose Extrême is one of these, and Rose Azalée is the other one. I'd have to look that up, but it is a very pretty band. Bunch of plastic on here that I should take off. No plastic on this guy. And these would just go onto her Apple Watch. Let me look at her other Apple Watch. All right, so she has the digital crown on the right-hand side and this little loop part on the upper side, and then the longer piece on the bottom. So I'll put that on the same way. Longer piece on the bottom. And the metallic loop on the top. I think the double tour wraps around like this and then goes in. I would be hard pressed to fit this on my wrist, so I'm not going to try to, but it loops around like that. It's a really pretty band. Very nice leather. All right, so her watch is still being set up. So it's still showing just those basic screen on how to, or the Apple Watch basic screen on how to use some of the buttons. She went ahead and wrapped that up in the double tour fashion for me so that I didn't have that long leather strap. So you can see how that sort of twists around and then connects to the buckle on the back. So we'll let that run. While I was doing that, my Apple Watch finished. So it says my watch is ready and then I need to press the digital crown to start. So the digital crown is this round button, so I'll press that. And it went ahead and tapped me and left me on here. So let me go ahead and press the digital crown again. Perfect, so that time I pressed it. It says your default card has been changed to Apple Pay Cash. Oh, okay, I need to set up my wallet. That's fine, I'll set that up later. Telling me some of my friends earned some awards. Good for them. Absolutely awesome to see that they're out there working out. And let me turn on Do Not Disturb. So when you tap Do Not Disturb on iOS 5, it asks you if you want to turn it on for an hour, on until tomorrow morning, or on until I leave your current location. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that on for an hour. That way stuff stops coming in. All right, so I've got Do Not Disturb on. It's got the little moon on the top to tell me that. And what I was wondering about, this watch face that's on here right now is the standard watch face that comes with the Apple Watch Hermès. And when I did the update to iOS 5, I was wondering if I was going to get that watch face that has two colors on it, and I did not. So my previous generation Series 3 Apple Watch Hermès does not have that dual-toned Apple Watch screen. On this one, if I tap Customize, I can change my typeface. It's the same that I could do on the last one. I can change my dial. Okay, so how many of the numbers show up? I tend to keep it with just the 12 at the top. The color. Okay, and here I have some color options. So I have this dual color Hermès orange and this amber that they're putting at the bottom maybe. Their orange color, rosé color. This has the blue and the white on the top. So those are just part of the watch face, and you get to those just by rotating around the digital crown when you're customizing the Hermès watch face. Hit the digital crown here and tap. So this is really nice. As time changes, this watch face will move across the screen. It's really, really cool looking. Let me bring my previous generation into the frame. So here's my previous generation Apple Watch, and if I go to customize this and go to the colors, all right, so going through the colors here, I don't get the same option. So if I go into your customize, so yeah, here I'm just getting these options on this particular watch. I bought this watch with the two color bands. I actually guess I did not buy one without the two color bands. So I don't know if this is unique to the Series 4 or if this is unique to the dual band color Apple Watch Hermès. I will have to maybe do a little bit of digging and come back and let you guys know if this is unique just to the dual color bands or unique just to Series 4. But with these two colors on there, you can definitely see the size of the screen because this shows the whole screen. And let's go into customize that. That's the one that I was excited about, being able to have those two on the screen. There's some other cool watch faces on here that really take advantage of it. The Mickey one is significantly larger and they round out some of these complications that are on there. So for comparison's sake, we have Mickey on the left and Mickey on the right. And it is definitely taking up a lot more of the screen on the left-hand side. So numbers are larger. The Mickey is definitely larger If I go through here, here is sort of that classic watch face. They're rounding out the complications. That's interesting. They seem to be doing that on most of these, and then making the dial a lot larger. So if I customize this one, the style changes some of the numbers, the color, and then I can change these complications. So these complications are circular. That's really interesting. I sort of liked the straight across the bottom, but my guess is that now that they have rounded edges on the bottom, they couldn't come all the way to the bottom left, so they sort of rounded it out. Much larger watch face though. You know, 40 millimeter to 44 millimeter. They really did a good job of taking advantage of that extra space in making the watch faces larger. So this is 40 millimeter on the right versus 42 millimeter on the right versus 44 millimeter. So it's really just 2 millimeters larger, but the way that they shaped the screen really let them take advantage of what was on the screen. So actually just with the passcodes on, you can see the difference in screen sizes on the passcodes. Something else to point out, the digital crown, they got rid of the giant red button for cellular, and instead they just put a very small red ring around it. Yeah, so giant red button, tiny little red ring across the back. On the back of it, you have a sort of different design. You have the metallic sensors so that it can take your heart reading, take an ECG. So we've got a couple watch faces. This is the Pride watch face that Apple has on their design. Here is their Vapor watch face. This is available on the previous generations, but it just goes in a circle versus going all the way to the edge of the screen. This is their Fire and Ice watch face. Apple posted a video that talks about how they created these watch faces, and they're actually recorded fire. So they set up a blowtorch and they fired it off a bunch. This was really cool how they did a bunch of these. So both of these Vapors and Water and Ice, they're all actually filmed watch faces. Here they exploded a little powder cup in order to get that design. Really cool, the type of work that they'll put into it. All right, so my wife's Apple Watch has finished setting up. On the left here, we have the 38 millimeter Apple Watch, and then on the right, we have the 40 millimeter Apple Watch. So again, just a 2 millimeter difference, but even here on this Apple Watch face, you can see that they're able to make the font larger, make some of the graphics a lot larger. On the bottom, definitely a larger font for the current date. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you'd like, feel free to subscribe. Last year, we did an unboxing of the Apple Watch Hermès Series 3. You guys seem to really like that. Please let us know if you have any questions about this Series 4, and we will try to get you guys some answers. Cheers.